Living here in Tanzania, you have to have a gun. We have spitting cobras, buffalo crash into our fences. There have been reports of lions roaming around. But anyone who is not a Tanzanian requesting to possess a firearm must first get permission from their embassy. Now, this is a crazy scenario. Pete O'Neill, former Black Panther in exile, has to go to the United States Embassy to request a license for a 12-gauge shotgun, and it was a 12-gauge shotgun in 1970 that led to my spending 32 years in Africa. As a member of the Black Panther Party, I was arrested on the very bogus charge of transporting a gun across state lines. I had had some very serious run-ins with the police in Kansas City and with the FBI as well. Policemen had seriously indicated that I would die if I went to prison. So my wife, Charlotte, and I left the United States and chose to go into exile. After having spent 2 years in Algeria, we came here to Arusha, Tanzania, and we've been here ever since. Pale pale. This pipe goes to our village. Kwa sasa hivi hili size gani? Inchi 4. Inchi 3. So here's where the elephants have been stepping. Wanachumua na hii.
Wanaweka pembe wanasukuma. Wanasukuma namna hii inakatika.
Inakatika. So these are how the elephants take and grab out with their tusk and pull out the pipes and break them, huh? Whoa, that's kind of scary. Mchitatu. Ndiyo. Kufikiri kutoka pale mpaka hapa. I'm hoping and praying that this will perhaps alleviate some of our water problems. Doesn't look very promising right now, but fingers crossed.
Sasa unajua tatizo hapo umeona
maji porini bana majangili usiwanawindaga huko.
When I brought Charlotte out here, she was 19 years old. She'd never been away from home. And so I was 30 then. I cannot imagine that I would have been able to succeed without her. I do not have the ability to deal with details. I can't. Charlotte coordinates everything.
Hey. Sorry to be so rush, but I got another meeting this afternoon. I need to know how we can do today, because, you know, I got to go to Rotary. And then I got this. I know this is a running day.
They got me going.
I'm just trying to work out how we can do transport.
I can be a little impatient at times and have developed into a grumpy old man.
Are you leaving now?
And Charlotte is angelic by nature. I'm setting a new record for cholesterol. I'm going to be the first person to have a cholesterol level of 589 and survive.
Oh, really?
I'm telling you.
Yeah, to name the salsa.
Hidasa! Hidasa! Hurry up. Come on. Iko, shida na umeme kwa ya.
Morning. Good morning. How y'all doing?
Our differing personalities have combined to create a whole that has been extraordinarily productive.
We'd like to welcome you all to the United African American Community Center. Myself, Charlotte O'Neill, my husband, Pete O'Neill, founded the United African American Community Center in 91. But we had been doing community work for years and years in Kansas City as members of the Black Panther Party, where we fed more than 750 children every day and had free medical clinics.
When people think of the Black Panther Party, mostly due to the media, They think of young men with guns and berets and leather jackets, and that's true. But we were much more than that. The really good things about the Black Panther Party was the manner in which it served the community.
How old is he? How old is he?
He is a devil in this.
If you look at what we're doing right now, you would find it difficult to distinguish the community work we were doing back in the day and the community work we're doing now. Do you know we're dealing with 90 students a day?
How are you, Asha? I'm fine, all right?
If we have someone who has ability to teach English, we teach English.
You have been involving yourself.
If we find volunteers who have computer skills, they teach computers to our young people.
You've gone through that frequently.
Human. HIV is a human virus.
What we're trying to do here is create a microcosm of what we feel the world should be. People of all races, all cultures, all traditions come together and live and work for common goals. In 1968, I started to read about the Black Panther Party. I went to Oakland, California. I talked with the people who were running the party there, and we established the Kansas City chapter of the Black Panther Party.
The Black Panther Party is officially in Kansas City.
The Black Panther Party came into existence to try to control these mad dog policemen who were brutalizing people in the black community.
Right on.
Our Breakfast for School Children program, our counseling programs, our clothing programs, all evolved from that original foundation. Before the Black Panther Party, I did many things that by anyone's standards would be considered wrong. The Black Panther Party turned my life dramatically around.
Sister Shirley.
I bet a lot of the, can you imagine how a lot of the elders in the village would view the, who is this? I said, oh, that's Mama Charlotte. They say, who?
Yeah.
What's she doing with a gun?
Yeah, is she going hunting or what? Wow. Do you remember when we first came to Dar es Salaam, to Tanzania? And I remember when we walked out of that airport and how warm it was, and it was those coconut trees, you know. And I said, Pete, I love this. This is like coming home. And it really was. And you had this puzzled expression on your face. I don't know what that meant.
Do you know when I got off the plane here, and this is the truth, Charlotte, now, all kidding aside now, I didn't have a good feeling. I just didn't, sister. Yeah. And we've talked about this a lot, and I generally make light of it. But to me, it was just like I had gotten too far away from everything that I knew. And it amazes me how you didn't feel that way. Huh? I guess you were just as happy as a dead pig in the sunshine, huh? For me, I was saying, oh, boy. I saw the tin roofs with the rusted iron, and I said, uh-oh. I said, we're in for a different kind of life. Wait a minute. How much is it? Umelete kwa begani? Aya mama, tuma mtu kuchunga gari. We njoo lakini tuma mtu. Ngoji kwanza, tunaangalia kwanza. Mama andika. Nipe kuangalia. I spend most of my life shopping and buying supplies. We feed 20 to 30 people daily. We've got our programs, we have student groups coming through, we've got all these people visiting. We've got people on honeymoon, people just passing through. We are in constant motion.
I have a peaceful kind of floating in the clouds nature. That's just me, and it balances out the way Pete is, because he's more hyper and he sweats things more than I do. But he's very different from the way I remember him back in the day. I've watched him grow to be very tolerant of all kinds of people's opinions, where I think years ago, if you wasn't down with the program, you know, you couldn't hardly say anything to him. You know what I mean?
Even we don't see any racial problems in Birmingham.
Oh, really?
No, I mean, Scott and I live there, and we love it. We both live fairly Anglo lives in Alabama. I don't have that much interaction with inner city blacks or anything, but I don't feel threatened walking down the street, and there's no chip on my shoulder, and as far as I can tell, no chip on any of their shoulders.
Well, that was going to be my next question. I was going to ask you, how did you think blacks felt there? You're talking about where, Birmingham?
But now in Birmingham, not
no, of course
40
not.
years ago.
But I wanted to ask you, how do they feel? How would you?
See, I don't agree with their assessment. I still notice that throughout the African American community, I still think there are a lot of young people who still sense some resentment and get choked by the anger and the resentment and can't break out of that, and almost wallow at times in the anger and the resentment, and instead of taking that energy and moving forward, it serves as a hindrance to their moving forward.
There may be some truth in that, but can you imagine how difficult it is to forge ahead?
I don't know
when
how.
No, you don't, sir. And when you have never had an opportunity educationally,
But you don't know what it's like to be a white male in the South either. It ain't all bread and roses. I mean, it's...
But whites weren't slaves for centuries.
But we don't live on the big rock candy mountain, and the money doesn't grow on trees, and it's not even easy for a white person either. I mean, it's hard, Pete.
It's not easy. It's not easy for whites. No, it's not. I agree with you.
Right.
It's not, but you certainly, in any kind of intellectual honesty, you can't compare that with what blacks went. You're too intelligent a man.
I definitely agree with
to
that.
look at people that were treated like cows and chickens, were denied bread, was against the law to know how to read for centuries.
Now, what's the solution?
This is the first thing in all of these problems that we talked about. I can give you the solution. The first thing is to admit, and that's hard. That's the hardest thing. That's the hardest part, and particularly for whites. Not a white man, never will be. But I can imagine this is the most difficult thing whites will ever have to do, is to admit categorically that we have had serious problems. We can't sugarcoat them. We can't cast blame on the victim. We have to say, hey, we screwed up. This was wrong. What can we do to make it right? Sister. If you could have heard some of the stuff that came out of their mouth.
Right.
Part of the problem, or no, damn it, he said the problem, and I'm paraphrasing, was that young blacks have resentment in their heart. Well, what in the hell do you expect to have?
So many people have lack of knowledge about the 60s and the 70s and the whole, and the civil rights era and all of that, you know?
Yeah.
It's like they've been living in complete isolation.
And have no idea.
Or even about the rest of the world.
Yeah.
That's what blows my mind, too.
We'll find people that'll come in our presence now, and they'll talk about social issues and racial issues and things like this, but these are things they don't think about when they're not, and they think they have to do this in our presence.
And they mean well.
No, but that's the killer. This is the killer. This is the killer.
Yeah.
They think in their mind that they are being as progressive, and they're saying, look, it's really your fault. He said it's your fault, or you're a big part of the problem, but he means well.
Yeah.
I don't like that, do you? I know that's a big part of what we talk about and what we try to do, but I don't like it, do you?
You mean dealing with those issues?
No, I'm talking about the whole cross-cultural thing when it brings that uncomfortable feeling. You know, I'm not going to do this, but I'd really just say, hey, take that shit out of here, you know?
Has there been any cooling off between you and the police in Kansas City?
None whatsoever. There can never be any cooling off between the Black Panther Party and the racist pigs, regardless of what level of pigs we're talking about, until all oppression has been ended, until we've seen them all sent to their graves.
When I look at that footage, I'm a little impressed with myself that I had the fortitude to say this and to say it on national TV. I have no qualms about what we were struggling for in the Black Panther Party. I think they were right.
That's ludicrous.
But when I see myself adopting a totally unreasonable stance, it almost says to me, I could have dealt with that better.
And Eldridge Cleaver made the statement that he would like to go into the Senate, shoot his way into the Senate and take McCullen's head. Well, while Eldridge is doing that, I would like very much to shoot my way into the House of Representatives and get this racist lion Icard's head.
The interviewer, when I said that I wanted to take Congressman Icard's head, who headed the investigation against me, he said, now when you say you want to take his head, you don't mean that literally. And I said,
I mean it literally. I'd like to do that.
And perhaps I did. Perhaps at that time I was thinking that going into the House of Representatives and taking the head of Icard would somehow further the revolution. Well, if that's how I thought then, it's not a reflection of how I feel now. So what I need to do is just really practice the pronunciation. Tume pata. See, I'm getting struggling already.
Try to use it.
Okay. Tume pata motherfucker. First tell me the meaning. What does it mean?
The meaning is understanding.
Understanding, like between you and I.
Yeah. Say we quarreled on certain matters.
Yes.
And then we said, okay, let's forget about our differences.
Yes.
So that understanding is called muafaka.
Good Lord in heaven. Muafaka.
Muafaka.
Okay.
I understand why you try to avoid using that word.
Yes, I am, because there's a phrase in English that sounds very similar, and it means, certainly does not mean understanding, you know.
When Peter came to Tanzania, he was young, provocative, very rough. I remember you cannot talk to Peter 3 words without exchanging horrible words. One day in town, he had this panga, a big knife, and I don't know what happened, but he chased a man with his knife. So a lot of people came out, and everybody was saying, wow, wow, what is this, what is this? Then we saw it was Peter. In Tanzania, we don't do that. If you hate somebody, there is a way of giving the message that, "Bwana, I don't like you." But not chasing him in front of people with a panga, with a knife. It doesn't happen. When Peter came here, he had some problems in his mind. I think he has some frustrations from America.
Labda wewe una baby hii shika chini.
Nao vile pisha nayo inapigwa hivi lazima atoe kitu. Atoe kitu maana yake pisha nayo kwenda mbali inakwenda kuonesha inaleta furaha. Basi bana na wewe toa basi.
I love the Tanzanian people. I think they are a gentle, considerate, loving people. And things are so much more mellow here, so much more polite. But it's hard for me. Who you need to me? Oftentimes the elders will stop me and want to talk about some issue. I'm still with that little bit of Americanism in me, want to rush and do what I have to do. I am required to visit regularly, to bring gifts when I do so, and I must express the highest form of respect. I have to struggle with it. Don't do it this way. Don't say it that way. Be polite. This is a daily struggle for me. Yesterday, I received an email about my legal case. My lawyer has done so much for me, and he has done it pro bono. I haven't had a cent to give him. This is going to be the year that something dramatic will take place with our efforts to have my conviction thrown out and my legal situation. I really believe that. Now, what was that woman that was the Attorney General under Clinton? Janet Reno, that's it. This case even reached her desk. And she was, in a sense, sympathetic. She said, yes, I couldn't agree more that, that his conviction was probably politically motivated. She said, but it's going to have to be resolved in the courts or either a presidential pardon. Anyway, we'll see what happens. I'm confident, however, that eventually I will prevail. Somebody else give me a question. Okay.
Where's that tattoo over there?
Oh, Lord, I knew someone would see that. You're the first one. Yeah, these were put on me when I was in the Navy. This faded, said Pete. This one says, Mom. I've never in my life called my mother Mom. Never in my entire life. Now, the creme de la creme. You ready? Yeah. Are we prepared for this? Yeah. Is this one, which is a... What could I have been thinking? A turtle? Man, I've got stuff on me that I said, Lord, please let no one see it before I die, you know. And you want to know one I got in Hong Kong? Let me show you. You want to see it? Yeah, sure. This is not going to be salacious or anything. Like, don't get upset or worried. This is a Black Panther that I had put on in Hong Kong in 1958, long before a Black Panther party was ever thought about. Isn't that a little odd coincidence? Isn't that something? Yeah. We work with a lot of organizations, universities, and study abroad programs. Tourists come out here and they give us donations for staying here with us. So this is how we survive financially. We operate and we function on a wing and a prayer. Let's see, we talk about water situation, sister, is bad. This could get disastrous, you know. Let me tell you, everybody, may I make a suggestion? Please forgive the indelicate subject at the dinner table. Yeah. But when you pee, don't flush the toilet. Do not flush the toilet when you pee. And when you take showers, please be brief. One of our major difficulties in living here in this village is our lack of water and the fact that our water supply is so uncertain. When there's no rain, everybody's battling, trying to get a little bit more water. Oh, this can't be. This is a holy mess. There's a trickle of water coming in from the park. The water is the absolute last of our reserves. We have nothing else.
Yeah, I had a real bad stomachache. I started getting fever, and now I'm coughing a lot. I think it's bronchitis. I've had it before, and now I'm throwing up. I can't eat anything. And I've been running a temperature between 100 and 101 for 3 days.
Do you have headache?
Yes, it's not real bad, but I do have headache. At first I thought maybe it was malaria, then see Joy.
Yeah. There's scant malaria, so you will need some antibiotics also against malaria.
So it's a double win.
So you got bronchitis, you got malaria.
That's all.
You know what I was afraid of? Typhoid.
I'm not hearing it.
But your head was hurting though. Yeah. O'Neill. Yeah, come on. Yeah, here we go.
You gotta worry about things like malaria parasites. There's the other parasites that you gotta always be aware of. There's all kind of problems that would be different in the States and non-existent in the States. But then when I look around and see all these trees and all this beauty and the birds singing, and know I can go around the compound and go into the classroom and see all those students, you know, working and thriving. Any kind of inconvenience that we experience is nothing compared to that. Because I know we wouldn't be able to live a life like this in the States. No way.
Charlotte is probably one of the most positive human beings that I've ever met in my life, and she can deal with anything. But we get malaria far too much. We actually are getting malaria 3 and 4 times a year.
Ninani?
It's the most horrendous disease. I think malaria kills more people in sub-Saharan Africa than anything else, including AIDS. The parasites hide in the liver, and at times of stress, they come out. Okay, you take all these medicines and things like that, but it doesn't completely rid them out of your body. You can't think, you can't breathe, you can't eat. Aching and chills and sweating and fever. It's horrible. This is just taking too great a toll on our bodies, you know.
That's so nice we got a show like this we can enjoy.
It is, isn't it nice?
Yeah.
As Albert Einstein said, the world is a dangerous place to live in. Not because people do evil, but because people sit by and let them. Sorry.
Good point,
Congratulations, you qualified for the state tournament.
I know this was going to watch it. He's upset about something. Yeah, you can see it right there. Look at all tight face. Oh, now that's smart.
Was that a teacher?
Yeah, I think she flipped out or something. Look at her. We're going to have another student-teacher affair developing here. See, I see through all that squish. He's running that squish. We're getting closer to it, you see.
White middle-class kids. In case you hadn't noticed, I'm leaving. Not everything is black and white, Mr. Jackson. Standardized tests are... I'm speaking now, sir.
Uh-oh.
The testing board is comprised of a broad spectrum. It's funny how 53% of white kids answered that same question correctly when only 22% of black kids did. How do you know this? I know it because I read about it.
Well, run it then.
Education ceases to be learning when the 3 R's are read, remember, and regurgitate.
Uh-oh.
That sucks. So what, you gonna suspend me now?
Oh, that was a good one, wasn't it? The whole idea behind the Heal the Community program is that we want to take young African Americans, preferably those from a challenged background, and expose them to the traditional African life with the hope that this will inspire them to go back to their communities and create a better way.
What class you have to try?
And I think about these young people, Marty and Derek. I think about myself and all the mistakes I made, all the misguided goals that I've had in my life. If I can play a part in steering some other young African American away from the pitfalls that I jumped willingly into, that is extremely important to me.
Come on, Derek. I just didn't think I'd have been picked to go to Tanzania for the simple fact I didn't feel that I was doing that good in school. As a young person, I was just bad, you know what I'm saying, stealing and breaking in people's houses, and I went to jail a couple times for stuff like that. So I wasn't trying to do right at the time, you know what I mean? And I don't know, I changed, that's why I'm here today.
I've done bad things. I smoked weed. I stopped going to school. I've done a lot of bad things. So I'm looking for this trip to benefit me, to help me. I don't know no one that ever been to Africa out of like the black community. I'm glad I'm one of them first ones to go.
Really informed right here.
So these like IDs or something?
Yes, sir. Federal government ID. That's better than a driver's license, actually.
Bam. I'm excited, man, but I'm trying to chill. Man, I'm like, man, I'm happy. I don't know what to do, man. I'm kind of nervous. How you feeling, Mark?
Trip of a lifetime.
Let me give these brothers a proper. What's your name, Nugget? Marty. This is Marty. How you doing, home? Karibu Sana. Then that makes you Derek, right? How you doing, brother? You all right?
We all right.
Karibu Sana. That means welcome, huh? Come on, my man. Come on. Long flight. So, brother, this is your first time out the country?
Yeah.
It is?
Yeah.
You as well?
Yeah.
Okay, all right. Have you done much traveling?
No, one time.
Were you ready for some unique adventures?
Yeah.
We're gonna give them to you. We're gonna give it. We're gonna give them.
Something like this.
We're getting ready to get serious with this thing.
This ain't no American. We ain't in America no more. You know what I'm saying?
No.
And let the ancestors know that you all have returned. And we want to welcome you as children of Africa who have come home. You're right back here where you started, brother. The ancestors know y'all in the house.
Any of you all know anything about 12th Street? Is 12th Street still there?
Yeah, 12th Street's still there.
That was my spot, brother.
Right by the island.
That was my. You know the the bowl. Do they still have that cannon?
Yeah, right
that little
there.
cannon there.
That
That was it.
Yeah.
Some of the fondest memories I have of Kansas City is on a weekend in Paseo Park. Is Paseo swimming pool still there?
No.
It's gone.
Yeah, that's gone.
Paseo Park's still there. Tell me that's still there. Yeah. And brothers and still, there you go. And brothers and sisters still gather there on the weekend and things, huh?
No, not like that.
It ain't like that.
I was doing it.
Yeah. Do you remember that, Charlotte? Yeah. Do you remember Paseo Park, how we'd go down there and just take a blanket and put a blanket? We would. Well, I guess that lends truth to the notion that the Kansas City I knew really no longer exists, you know? Brothers, do you all realize that we're going off deep in the bush to a remote Maasai village? People that come out here as tourists never experience it. Said that we are completely welcome here, and that anything that you want to do here, you're more than welcome to do it, because you're not visitors. You have arrived. Put your head back. The Maasai have to struggle to do everything. They have to rub sticks together and use leaves just to make a fire. They walk miles for water. Now, by American standards, these people have nothing, but they have held on to their traditional ways with honor, and I think we can all learn something from that example.
What have we put here? This is Sosento. We are using for perfume.
You got that good deodorant, dog.
After maybe 5 minutes, my clothes will be a good smell.
My armpits ain't foul, but let me get some of that, man. Just do it like this.
Yeah.
Let Mark smell.
Somebody who wanted to use toothbrush in his tea breath.
He said this is good for your teeth.
Yeah, tea breath. Tea? Teeth.
Toothbrush?
Yeah.
Toothbrush.
Yeah, toothbrush. Yeah. Yeah. It's toothbrush for us.
Damn, to brush your teeth.
Yeah. So now you can clean your teeth if you want.
Yeah. If you got people with no lights, don't have water, toothbrushes, deodorant, I mean, dang, sometimes, man, you be like, dang, this is different, like.
I know it ain't gonna be the way we want it to be, you know. Like, it ain't gonna be what we accustomed to, I'm gonna say it like that. Like now, we just gotta keep going through it, you know what I'm saying?
And it's hard.
Yeah. Ain't like the city life, boy.
No cars, no buildings. It's just land.
Yeah.
I miss, like, the traffic, like the noise, horn, sirens. It ain't no McDonald's around here. I was born in the United States of America. I'm not a Messiah. Yeah. No, I don't feel like I'm part of the tribe. I mean, I'm African American. I wasn't born here in Africa. My ancestors came from here, but I'm African American. See what I'm saying?
I just feel like, dang, man, you just can't talk to nobody really, you know what I'm saying? I mean, I know they want to talk to us and we want to both talk, but I don't feel like I had that bondage with them still.
It's just me and this dude here. I mean, I asked him, you want to play some ball? No.
Hey, come on, fellas. Where the other boys at, man? They was running with me. How they go?
And it makes it boring, man.
Like when we here chilling, we may want to go up there and hoop, but I mean, one-on-one, it's cool too. We get us, you know, get us a sweat or something.
You get tired of that, man. Just
we know we only here for 20 days, and we can go back. We got an open door to go back. And to think of this man to be here for 30 years, it's like, man, it ain't even. I can't even think about it, man. I don't even want to, because I know I wouldn't want to do it. You know what I'm saying?
The little experience I had here, man, it's hard.
Yeah.
I know you miss home.
Well, yeah.
I miss home.
Yeah, and I can understand that. But in terms of missing home, that's kind of a weird thing, man. I miss some parts of it. You know, I miss my mama, I miss my brother. I've got children I haven't seen, I miss them. But I have become so immersed in this society that I'm almost kind of lost between two worlds. Does that make any sense?
Like you ain't a African American?
No. Not that I'm not home. No, not that. Not that. But that I just can't grasp what the values and the mindsets of African Americans are as much and as easily as I did in the past. And you know, that scares the hell out. I mean, that scares me worse than anything. I don't want that to happen. You know, I don't want to lose that. And here's the kicker, man. Say I win my case tomorrow. I get an email. Pete, we won. You know, it's all over. I'm not sure I would get on the plane and go back. I know I would not go back to live.
You adapted.
Yeah, but yeah, that's it.
You adapted to here.
I have, man. And at the same time, I'm not completely adapted. That's what I'm trying to say. Yeah. For the entire 32 years that I've been in exile, I have clung tightly to my African Americanness. These are the people that made me who and what I am.
Man, there's millions of them. I'm telling you.
I have to hold on to every possible thread I can to maintain a connection. And I'm finding that there's a gulf developing.
Whoa! Gotcha. That's an elephant for you.
Wow. African Americans come out here. I love them. I embrace them. I enjoy their company.
I ain't never seen nothing like this. Never.
But at the same time, I'm realizing they are so different from what I know.
Oh, look at them, look at them. The bugs is kicking each other. The bugs is wild, man. Look at this one here.
I'm losing that connection with African Americans.
Scattering all the gazelle.
I'm kind of lost in a no man's land. We are very pleased to have each and every one of you here. We're so proud and happy to see this gathering of youths who have come together to share their culture and to learn about other cultures.
I was just gonna rap from like my background, how I was raised. African American. I'm African American. All right, let me get the claps. Like, nah, not like that. Like a beat, like a. I take my time to rewind and try to think on back on all the things I used to do and all the knowledge I lacked. I didn't listen, making wishes, but they didn't come through. All the things I heard of God didn't seem to come true, so I did what I wanted to do. Then I ended up in jail, but I couldn't tell that God was there for me, shedding his mercy. It kind of hurt me when I started seeing the light, because I was tired of being sick and tired.
I know another game. It's like this.
Layup.
That's called a layup. You gotta practice that. Michael Jordan do that. Yeah, it's free throw. Say free throw.
Free throw.
Yeah, free throw.
Free throw.
That's how you do that. Oh! From here. Focus on this. Let it go. Let it go. Yeah. Yeah. That's how you do it. Yeah.
Give it up now. Take care of yourself, huh? Do what I told you, and remember. Do you hear me?
Yeah.
Huh? Remember. All right? That's all you got to do. All right.
It's been good.
It's been good, brother. Thanks for everything. Huh? You take care of yourself. Much love, brother. All right. Got you, brother. Growing up as a child in Kansas City, I got into a lot of trouble, and the pull of streets kind of got me. Prior to becoming involved in the Black Panther Party, I wanted to be a pimp. I had a new Lincoln in 1965. I used to wear expensive suits and expensive shoes. My hands were soft, and I had manicured fingernails, and I liked that. I did. But in this idea of being known as a street hustler, I wanted that. I wanted to be known as a player, as a this. I did some stupid shit. I did. You know, I'm talking little vulnerable girls into doing things that they didn't want to do and that they had no business doing, and destroying people's lives in the process. You ask me, do I regret things? You don't have the slightest idea what you're asking me, and I'm not joking now. You say, does this causes me extreme pain because you don't know what we're talking about. I feel it's something that I know I cannot undo. And I cannot undo it once. And when I think about the people, when a picture comes into my mind of the people that were involved, when I think of the young girls, and I'm a father, then I have my daughter, and I said, Lord, don't ever let anything like this happen to my children. And to think that I did this to someone's daughter, to people's daughters, that I would prey on them and try to take advantage of them and maneuver and manipulate for something just so horrendous. That is painful, and that stabs me in my heart when I think about that. When I involve myself in community work, the primary reason I do it is because it's helping me. This is for my salvation. This keeps me on the straight and narrow. This helps me redefine my life. Hello. How are you? This is Mr. Alex here. Okay. Thank you. You know, there's an old saying about beware of black men coming bearing big ideas. So here I am with
that's new, so tell me.
I made that up on the spur of the moment.
All right.
What I wanted to ask you, Alex, my idea is, I want to run it by you and get your input. I want to do some computer classes where we can take small children, nothing complicated, and give them an introductory kind of thing. And I don't know, what is your thinking? Do you know of any software? I think you mentioned something.
There's software, yeah. I've seen software for toddlers. I think it starts at 3 years old, 4 years old, they've got software.
Okay. I'm looking for old stuff. I'm not looking for anything new or anything. I'm looking for old stuff.
Yeah, I know what you're saying because you're limited as far as funds are concerned. But,
yeah.
For these kids, you need good computers. That software demands something Pentium. You cannot work with 3-4-year-old computers. The good news is that even good computers, even new computers, are getting cheaper.
I hear exactly what you're saying. I appreciate it, and I understand the correctness of what you're saying. But Alex, we're always in a money crunch. So I know it is, and I know it's Tanzania, I know it's poorly, and I know we've got to get there slowly. Yeah. But I just want you to think about this if you can. Keep your eyes open. All my efforts to secure a new computer were in vain. I mean, you know, the economy is very tight in Tanzania at the moment. So I noticed from the outstart that he was reluctant to commit himself to anything. You know, a few months ago, I had feelings that something would take place with my legal situation. But now I'm beginning to doubt it. In the post-9/11 world, overturning of a conviction of an old Panther, I doubt that that's going to happen anytime soon. Okay. (136/91). You see, that it should be lower from just having got out of bed. Which indicates that had I been moving around, the diastolic probably would have been close to 100, and the systolic would have been probably around 150. And that's just not good enough. I work my ass off out here. And then things somehow never get done. I don't know. I'm in a bit of a funk this morning. And, not in a very good mood. So as you know, here's the well, and this is between 160 and 170 feet down.
And it's steady pumping.
It's pumping. Pure, clean water, brother.
Magic.
I'll walk you up here and show you the tanks.
Okay. Yeah, man, that's something.
Geronimo Gijaga, the farmer Geronimo Pratt, came to visit me. Man, you talk about a reunion. I had not seen him in over 32 years. Geronimo was the field marshal of the Black Panther Party. In 1970, he was arrested on some trumped-up murder charge. He was convicted and spent 27 years in prison for crimes he did not commit. This is the first tank that we built.
Well, it's a sound job. You and Charlotte just put together over these 30 years.
We've been hitting at it, brother. Haven't stopped.
Still going strong.
In 1997, he was released, and the government, in admitting that he was unjustly imprisoned, made a financial settlement with him. When he came out, he asked me, Pete, what can I do to be of assistance? I said, our primary, major problem is water. He said, well, give me your phone. I gave it to him. He called his associates in the United States, and he had them transfer $10,000 so that we could dig this well. That thing has that good spring taste to it, you know? That's a lot of water.
Good, clean water.
So, brother, I would say between 300 and 500 individuals are benefiting from the water project.
Right on.
When you see the smile, the joy on their face, the realization that they don't have to walk today 5 miles to get a bucket of water, that kind of makes it all worthwhile. When Geronimo came out, we renewed our relationship. So it's a table and this. I've helped him when he was looking for a house. I've helped him when he wanted to buy certain items to furnish his home. I've tried to help Geronimo acclimate to life here in Tanzania. So I get the opportunity to see him on a regular basis now.
Ooh, well, that was a good one, that.
Here we go. That all right? Cut him off. We cut him off. Right now. Geronimo is married to a lovely young woman, Joju Cleaver. This is Eldridge and Kathleen Cleaver's daughter. When we had the international section of the Black Panther Party in Algeria, we had a nursery, and I can remember Joju Cleaver being a pretty little baby with big heads. Okay, y'all, let me go on and do some work. Y'all come out tonight if you want. Karibu sana.
I'm gonna be out there soon.
Okay. All right, you ready, doctor? How many we gonna do?
Get the oxygen ready in there.
Y'all call 911. Here we go.
Look at it. That's too much. Warm up with.
No, it's all I can. It's all you got, and this is what I do.
I said it's too much to warm up with, ain't it? I'm doing. They're doing them all. See, I try to teach him penitentiary. He didn't stay in the pen long enough to learn how to drive iron. You always warm up. If you don't warm up...
Is that what's wrong with me, sir? Seriously?
Yeah, you have iron shoulders.
Oh, really?
Yeah, if you start lifting on stuff without warming it, you lift real light first.
Okay.
And then you start lifting heavier.
Okay. You gonna change the doohickey back there? You wanna change it?
Yeah, you gotta start light.
I see. You ready?
Lift that and see.
Like that's very light.
Okay,
man.
that's what you want.
That's what I want.
Yeah. Back then, in prison, you know, people was more of a scholar. He was passing through Solidad, and it was a different setting, you know. I wish it would have remained like that by the time I got in. But Pete went to the Galva Club, Toastmasters, and they were taught diction and oration and pronunciation and speechifying and all that. And iron will make you eat. If you're trying to lose weight, you cannot drive no iron because iron gives you hunger pains that you can't imagine.
Your shot, partner. Will you tie my hair for me, Charlie?
I like to do behind, but
He's getting his hair on.
Joju, this is a mental activity. Don't be messing with this.
I'll be right there. That's your kind of workout.
He said it makes you hungry. He got a witness.
But I don't have the butterfly because I do that.
But then, wait a minute. Now, wait just a minute. You sat there and told me, if you're going to do this, you got to eat. That's what you said. You did say that.
I said you were making.
Well, I'm going along with the flow. I'm gonna be there. I'm coming tomorrow. I'm gonna set up our little. Look what I'm recording for you.
That song there, Bunchy Carter and Blue Lewis, running up down Central Avenue, Black Panther thing, and all the women chasing them. That was right before Bunchy got killed. That song came out.
Bring back memories, don't it?
Yeah.
It's interesting that I last saw Geronimo in 1970, less than a month before I left the United States. And I think it was a couple of months after that that he was arrested. And while my exile could in no sense compare to the suffering that he endured being in a horrendous prison situation, the fact that I have been in exile constitutes a sort of cultural and emotional prison. That you can have male friends of your tribe, people with similar cultural interests, similar political interests, and develop close bonded relationships with other men like this. This is something that's been missing in my
He
life.
laughed all that. He said, Pete sitting at the corner of his bed, staring at the wall, man. With a kiss through the wall.
I'm gonna finish this chair, then I might have to go on and finish the curtains when I come back.
Yeah, let's just do this. It's getting to be a big project, man. Better glue them darn curtains up here and be done. She's not gonna know the difference. We just put glue up there. I tell you, this is a new style, straight out of Paris. Okay. There you go. How's that?
Opens fine.
Okay. Okay, I'm there. Looking good myself. It's right at 10 years since my mother was last here, and I'm a little nervous about it. I know it's probably going to be a little bit of awkwardness there initially because we haven't seen each other in such a long time. And I can hear it in her voice. When I'm talking to her on the phone, I say, she's nervous too. She said they lost the baggage and she's got to fill out a form. Old woman got to fill out a form. Here, you take this. Take this. Here's the keys to take. Here. Take that. You want to hold the money? Hold the money. Here. Take it up. Can I go help my mama? Yeah. Hey, lady. What you doing down here? Look at you. How you doing? Huh? Don't worry about it. How you feel? I've been out there raising holy hell. Yeah. Let me put you on out of here. Good Lord Almighty. You gonna leave these with me? Charlotte, you got one of these monster fros on your head here. You got one of them big military afros on.
Now look at who.
Oh, Lord.
I just grabbed them up and I said, let them look at this. Might be something in here they might know.
But what was you talking about you was going to throw the pictures?
I was going to throw them away 10 years ago because they were collecting and piling up. Mm-hmm.
I got a bunch of pictures of you, too, though. I'm going to throw them away today. I think I'm going to burn them today.
You're going to burn them today?
I'm going to burn them today.
Last night, I went to sleep and then woke up in a dream. I didn't know what I was doing this morning. And I said, where am I? I said, oh, I guess that must have all been a dream. Me being in a wheelchair, me coming over here, because I didn't think I'd come back over here again.
And had that mosquito net over you.
Yeah,
I guess.
and I reached out and it touched that, and I said, oh, what is it? It got me tied up. So.
They tied her up. Trying to see if she's going to get in the pearly gates or not.
They have health tips on TV. I don't know about your cholesterol, but they say that's bad for cholesterol.
Caesar?
Yeah.
Yeah, I know it. I shouldn't eat Caesar. I really shouldn't. This is the last time I'll ever buy it. Want some?
No.
You don't care for a little bit?
No, I don't.
Okay. Oh, Lord.
Please don't eat that whole bag.
I'm not going to eat it. I'm through. Hello, doctor. How are you, sir?
Fine, thank you very much.
How you doing? Okay. Can I introduce you to my mother? Please, sir.
Oh, this is your mother?
My mother. And then I want to ask you if I can get a blood test real quick. Would you let me do so?
Yes, I'll let you do it.
This is my mother. This is Dr. Rasa.
Good morning, Mrs. O'Neill.
Yeah, I'm fine, thank you.
Yeah, Pete is a great friend of mine.
Yeah, well, that's
Yes,
good.
And this man has pulled Charlotte and I through for these 30
They
years.
talk about you all the time, like you friend and family.
Yes.
Yes, how are you getting on?
I'm doing very well, thank you. You know, I had knee surgery. Now, I'm not coming for consultation or anything,
No,
but I
no.
just want to tell you, I had knee replacement.
Yes, yeah,
And
yeah.
I walk with a cane. That's right.
So
and
what can
you
I do
need to
for
get
Mrs.
on him
O'Neill?
about his high blood pressure medicine, too. I take mine every day. He needs to take his.
Yes, he should take his every day.
Every day. That's right.
Yes,
Mama and
that's
doctor
right.
talking
That's,
to you.
that's right. I'm going to start taking it every day.
Yeah, not just a promise.
No.
Do it for real.
I will not smoke in front of my mother. My father passed away from lung cancer, and to her, smoking is an instant death sentence. So I hide it.
He can't fool me, not at all. I've known him all his life, so you know I know him. And I can tell when he's not telling me the truth. I know it. He's always doing something. When he was doing the Black Panther thing, I worked for the U.S. Treasury Department, and he come in front of my building and did a demonstration. I wanted to hit him so bad, and tell him to go away. And I said, why did you come in front of my building? Here I am, FBI calling me in and questioning me. And he said, no, that's where I needed to be. That's where I wanted to be. And got me in hot water, yes. He said, no, it's not going to get you in trouble. I know what I'm doing. I know what I'm doing.
Everything was all white and pretty and fresh. And the day before you came, then the rain started. This is probably the last chance I'm going to have to be with my mother. I know this. I'm not going to say it to her, of course. She struggled to make this trip. I am about to be 63 years old. I think she's 83 years old. This is the last one. Him, I know I can't think of his name. This is Joe, isn't it? Joe Brown?
No, that's
That is
Uncle
Joe Brown.
Willie. That's
Huh?
Uncle Willie.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, Uncle
Charlie.
Willie. Yeah, with his peanut head. Back
Here's the
19.
question I want to ask you. Why didn't you tell and say that's
There's that picture.
that deformed baby?
You know what?
This looked like a baby that came out before time was up.
You know what?
And they put it out in the sun and all.
You know what they told me?
And they what?
They said, Grandma told me, said, I'm going to give you some money. Can you take him to a place and have his picture taken? And I said, yeah, I will. I wrapped you all up.
This looked like a baby that's
and
drunk.
The man said,
I never...
Oh, Lord, have mercy.
Where did you get this thing from, boy?
I looked for all those. She had
Are
them
you sure
all.
that's me?
I'm sure that's she.
What was
I
wrong
packed
with it?
you up there to that place, and the man said, I ain't got no chair to fit him. Yeah, so he said, oh, I got something. I'll take this wicker chair and put him in it.
You know, what gets me is the baby looks confused.
I want to be a teacher.
I want to be a teacher.
Good. Please listen to me. My father's name.
My father's name.
My mother's name.
My mother's name.
Okay, go on.
My father's name is Fine. My mother's name is Laura. My travel is Scout.
We have changed the name of our organization from the United African American Community Center to the United African Alliance Community Center. We feel that the word alliance better describes the relationship of Africans from the continent and the diaspora working together. Go? Bas, bas. Na mama narudi unasikia lakini, huh? Okay, sasa. I am happier here. I feel that I'm more productive here than I have ever been in my entire life. Particularly now that I've seen my mama and I've had the chance to interact with her. Even the desire to visit briefly the United States is beginning to wane.
We're going to miss this New Year. This is a special New Year, and one thing that makes it extra special is that Mama Chlorine O'Neal is in the house tonight. Give her a hand, y'all. Mama Chlorine, you got to say something. I'm sorry. I'm sorry to interrupt your dinner, but you got to say something.
Oh, wait a minute now. I gotta stop him. I don't need any music with my introduction. Oh, cut it out. No. Oh, shut up.
We're so very pleased to have all of you here with us. And as we prepare to welcome the year 2003, be aware that in true Kansas City style, we're going to bring it in with a bang. Here's what I'm doing. I got one in the round, but I got the safety on, okay? Okay, we cool. We'll wait until it's ready. 20 seconds.
20 seconds. I'm off.
19.
18.
15. 10. 9.
8. 7. 6. 4. 3. 2. 1.
I have never in my life lived in any community as long as I have lived in Arusha, Tanzania. I'm trying to make sure I'm saying the right thing here now. I'm not going to return to the United States ever again. They can have my piece of Kansas City. I give it back to them with a free heart and a clear conscience. To take it further, I am at the point now, and I've given this a lot of thought. This is not a frivolous decision that I've made. I'm going to apply to become a citizen of the Republic of Tanzania. Two young men who had been out here with some program or another were receiving their Eagle Scout badges or something, and they wanted a letter of recommendation from me. They had used me as their reference, and the scoutmaster was asking me, Mr. O'Neill, would you please send the letter of recommendation, and we will act upon it immediately. I thought that was ironic as hell. Black Panther recommending Eagle Scouts.